I didn't really know, but I figured it would. Because the other artists kind of helped back a little bit.
Jerry Lee Lewis is an American singer, pianist, songwriter, keyboard player, musician, and actor. He's been regarded as the first great wild man of rock and roll. He's known for his hits, Whole Lot of Shaking Going On, Great Balls of Fire, and Would You Take Another Chance on Me? In 2004, Rolling Stone magazine ranked him 24th on its list of the 100 greatest artists of all time. During his career, Jerry's won 2 Grammy Hall of Fame awards and 4 Grammy Awards, including a Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award. He was awarded a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame for recording at 6631 Hollywood Boulevard and inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1986.
It was enough to cut a new album. So we got together with Steve Bing and some people, and we got on with the album.
If you enjoy these videos, please remember to hit the like button, as it does help us out a lot. And comment below who your favorite celebrity is that you'd love to see in an upcoming video. His full name is Jerry Lee Lewis, but he's also known as The Killer and the Faraday Fireball. He was born September 29, 1935 in Faraday, Louisiana, making him 86 at the time of this production. He stands at 1.803 meters or 5 feet 10 inches tall. He's the last surviving member of Sun Records' $1 Million Quartet. Lewis was among hundreds of artists whose material was destroyed in the 2008 Universal fire. Lewis was an incendiary showman who often played with his fists, elbows, feet, and backside, sometimes climbing on top of the piano during gigs, and even apocryphally setting it on fire. Like Chuck Berry's guitar playing, Lewis's piano style has been synonymous with rock and roll, having influenced generations of piano players. Lewis is primarily known for his boogie-woogie style, which is characterized by a regular left-hand bass figure and dancing beat. But his command of the instrument and highly individualistic style set him apart. As a teenager, Lewis studied at the Southwest Bible Institute in Waxahachie, Texas, before being thrown out for daring to play a boogie-woogie version of My God Is Real. And that early incident foreshadowed his lifelong conflict over his faith in God and his love of playing the devil's music. In the 1990 documentary, The Jerry Lee Lewis Story, Lewis said to the interviewer, "The Bible doesn't even speak of religion. No word of religion is even in the Bible. Sanctification. Are you sanctified? Have you been saved? See, I was a good preacher. I know my Bible. I find myself falling short of the glory of God." Jerry Lee Lewis has been married 7 times. These women include Dorothy Barton, Jane Mitchum, Myra Lewis, Jaron Elizabeth Gunn Pate, Sean Stevens, and Carrie McCarver. He's currently married to Judith Brown. He fathered 6 children. His marriage in 1957 to Myra Lewis, a 13-year-old below the age of consent second cousin, ruined his career, which was at its prime. He married Myra even before divorcing his second wife. At the age of 76, the singer-songwriter married Judith Brown, who was his caregiver, in 2012. They spend much of their time at his ranch in Nesbitt, Mississippi.
And we've had parties together, we've been out together, we've sang together, we've jammed together in honky-tonks, and we've had a good time.
He was born to Elmo and Mamie Lewis, and he began playing the piano when he was 9. His parents backed their son's passion, even mortgaging their farm to buy him a piano. His father was a farmer, and the family lived in poverty. He started playing the piano at a young age with his 2 older cousins, and seeing his love for music, his parents mortgaged their farm to purchase him a new piano. His first public performance was in November 1949. His family was deeply religious, and his mother sent him to the Southwest Bible Institute in Waxahachie, Texas, so he could sing gospel songs exclusively. After playing a boogie-woogie version of the song My God Is Real, he was asked to leave the school. He returned home and began playing at local bars and nightclubs. In 1955, Lewis traveled to Nashville, where he failed to get a record deal, so he left for Memphis the next year to seek a deal with the label Sun Records. Lewis performed a rendition of Ray Price's Crazy Arms in his own composition End of the Road, and was recorded by sound engineer Jack Clement. He began recording with the label the next month. In addition to working as a solo artist, he was also featured on a number of other musicians that had signed with Sun Records. He was featured in Carl Perkins' songs Matchbox and Your True Love and Put Your Cat Clothes On. And he was in Billy Lee Riley's song Flying Saucers Rock and Roll. Not even a month after being signed, Lewis was at the studio while Johnny Cash was visiting Carl Perkins. Then Elvis Presley dropped in. The three had an impromptu jam session, which was recorded and later released on an album titled $1 Million Quartet. Lewis's career as a solo musician began to really take off in 1957. He released his music as a solo artist under the name Jerry Lee Lewis and his Pumpin' Piano, and he soon recorded hits including Whole Lot of Shakin' Going On and Great Balls of Fire. In 1968, he released two hit singles, namely Another Place, Another Time, and To Make Love Sweeter for You, which endeared him to the country music fans. Between 1968 and 1971, many singles, including What's Made Milwaukee Famous, She Even Woke Me Up to Say Goodbye, and There Must Be More to Love Than This. In 2008, he appeared with John Fogerty and Little Richard at the 50th Grammy Awards, performing a medley of Great Balls of Fire and Good Golly Miss Molly. Mean Old Man, his 2010 album, featured duets with famous artists like Mick Jagger, Eric Clapton, Ringo Starr, Keith Richards, Willie Nelson, and Sheryl Crow. In March 2020, it was announced that Lewis, together with producer T-Bone Burnett, was recording a new album of gospel covers.
Thing I heard a while ago was Pink Cadillac. I like that. That seems to lift me up a little bit.
His primary source of income is music. He's earned millions of dollars through live concerts, album sales, and brand endorsement deals. His 2006 album, Last Man Standing, is his best-selling album to date. More than 1 million copies of this album have been sold across the globe. He has a total net worth of $10 million. He has a ranch in Nesbit, Mississippi. The Lewis Ranch has been Jerry Lee Lewis's private getaway for decades. This is the place where he composes his music and spends time with his family. The Lewis Ranch invites small group tours, which creates an intimate, unrushed experience with a behind-the-scenes look at Jerry Lee's music and his life. You can purchase tickets online. He likely owns the following cars: a 1941 Ford, a Rolls-Royce Corniche, a Lincoln Continental, a Porsche 911, a Ferrari, Bristol 401, a Range Rover, a Mustang Shelby,